Hi everybody, and welcome back to Chart Maga 2024. Make sure you like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Sorry about this, guys. I'm in my pajamas. Sorry, guys. I'm in my pajamas now because I got back from work, and also here goes. So yeah, um so over the Easter break, Donald Trump's VP searches reportedly starting to get very serious. He's so he's actually actively going out there meeting with people, considering about a dozen with people, a dozen contenders. Although it's kind of like a revolving door. It seems who he's actually considering. Who we don't know who it's going to be. We don't even know who's on the short list. We keep getting these short lists, and they come out of a left field every other day. He's considering this person, and Trump is somebody who likes to bait the media, and at times he'll even I wouldn't say uh, like troll his own base, but he will make decisions that kind of come out of left field about certain things, and usually they're met with resounding. Let's get you real quick. Sorry, I know, can't see my face anymore. They met with a resounding support from his base, and we did cover this a couple weeks ago. When Trump was asked about his VP selection, one of the things he said was that we have a lot of great people, and that nobody's ever heard of in the Republican Party. So could it be somebody that's nobody's really thinking about? I might know who they are. I might know. Who they are. I might. I might have heard the name some of you guys might know, but the average Republican primary voter, they don't necessarily know every congressman or even every governor or every politician, a political figure who could be in and who could be in consideration. So maybe he's going to pick somebody that's a little bit lower profile, than somebody like the names we heard like a Tim Scott, a Chris Christie, um, and and Ben Carson for example. He might pick somebody that comes completely out of left field, and obviously you could go back and in April 2016, Trump was not for sure going to be guaranteed the nomination until early May, but people were speculating, oh, it's going to be Chris Christie. Oh, it's going to be he's going to pick Ben Carson. Of one of these things, one of these other people, and nobody, though, nobody thought it would be Mike Pence, who at the time was supporting Ted Cruz for president in the state of Indiana. But that was who Trump eventually selected, mainly because he wanted to appeal to establishment, a Republican who might be at on the fence about Trump because they didn't trust his past as somebody who had some liberal positions. He had to play Kathy the evangelicals, but pretty much all that's out of the window now. So, what group does Trump need to play this time and to get across the finish line? That's the question, and that Trump, his closest aides and allies are going to have a decipher the answer but still you're looking at it and it's like Donald Trump is considering many people and now he's starting to do this apprentice style of search, which is very on brand. For this article talks about it at length, and then you have Trump's top advisors talking about the fact that he's got a list of about a dozen people, but we don't really have a clear front runner, Trump himself. Said a couple of months ago that he was 25% sure about so one person that's never really great odds to have, and that person might not even but the front runner anymore. So the list has included a lot of people: Tim Scott, Kristi Noem, Byron Donalds, Elise Stefanik, Tulsi Gabbard, and J.D. Vance, who Trump has called a fighter. Now this is an interesting list. And Byron Donalds, if he's going to pick somebody from Florida, I think it would be probably be Byron Donalds, because he could just easily resign, and he could change his residency, just like Dick Cheney did in the state of Texas in 2000. when he was going to be George Bush's running mate. So I think that's more plausible than sorry than if he's going to is going to go with somebody like a Marco Rubio or Ron DeSantis. So who I don't believe is really in the running, but if he's going to pick somebody from Florida, it's probably a congressman. Probably somebody could be Byron Donalds, who has appealed to both wings of the party and is very eloquent and to partially the job as the job of the VP on the campaign in the trail. But he's still, he's going to apparently draw out the Paradise style search, and this is interesting. Who is who is he exactly going to pick? Because we hear different names every week, and it seems, and Tim Scott tried to establish himself as the frontrunner, endorsing Trump over Haley. In New Hampshire, helping Trump win in New Hampshire, and campaigning with him there, but then Trump is like questioning the pick because he's kind of socially liberal and somewhat aspects, but also takes like an unelectable position on abortion. You don't want to energize the Democrats on on that issue a whole lot, because they don't really have a lot of issues right now, and that are beneficial for them. They're not doing well when it comes to the economy or immigration or anything. When those topics are pulled, Trump wins by a lot on then, and you see that there, and also J.D. Vance comes out on left field. That's an interesting selection, because Vance is somebody who does come from the MAGA wing, but he is kind of more reserved. He's got an excellent story to him. He doesn't have a lot of experience, and if Trump does win, basically you'd be guaranteeing Mike DeWine to pick Senator Matt Dillon and to replace him. Although it would kind of team Vance up for 2028 very easily. And if Trump's going to pick a successor, that I would be more than comfortable with, although our questions about how does he help out electoral from the Rust Belt. Trump in terms of his ability to win over and energize voters in like rural Pennsylvania, possibly even rural Michigan, as well. There's a lot of these definitely a lot of potential there, but but he is very much a conservative. He's uh, he's uh, he's more right leaning than Trump on some things. So that's something that Trump is going to have to consider. Than Katie Britt's, but on on this list, who kind of I think fumbled the bag completely when it came down to whole state whole state of the union thing. And Marco Rubio, I actually think Rubio would be an interesting selection. I think he would balance but the ticket perfectly and kind of help Trump with all wings all wings, and Rubio is definitely somebody who was an establishment Republican, but he's evolved over time. Some people are still not going to trust him, but I think a Trump Rubio ticket would be a, it would be excellent on paper. And on top of that, how would it work? Though is the real question because he's senator of Florida, and if Trump won, and Rubio would become VP definitely. You uh, you probably have better senator pick there than Matt Dillon in Ohio. And the Vance comparison, but still you also have Governor Nome, who I really don't see uh, being picked. She's doing a lot of weird infomercials for like dentists. I don't know if that's like VP material. I don't know what she's trying to do. But then you have Sarah Sanders of Arkansas. She's only been there a couple years, just like Vance. So I don't know. I don't know how that's exactly going to play out. At Doug Burgum of North Dakota, that's definitely a dark horse pick in my opinion. Is he a perfect selection? No, but he's a likable guy. I could see Trump do it, and he definitely has appealed to both wings of the party, just based off how wings how both wing and how he conducts himself and rhetoric, etc. You name it. He's definitely not the successor of the material, and then you have Tulsi Gabbard being considered as well, who has been recently a Democrat. She was a Democrat until 2 years ago, and now she definitely was at odds with her party a lot of issues, and I think she's proven on uh, on some issues a little bit less proven on others. I would vote for the ticket. I love to see her on that debate stage uh, with Kamala Harris, and just completely go out there and eviscerate her again. That would be awesome to see. But then again, there is the question of would the base be fine with it. I'd like to see some internal polling about what Trump supporters would see. What would you know? Would they be more inclined to stay home with any of these elections? I think so long as it's not Nikki Haley, who I don't believe is in the running anymore. I think that the base would be fine. It's about how do you know get some independence or even like right leaning independents on board, and maybe you could find some people disaffected with Biden. Maybe Gabbard wouldn't be the worst pick in that regard. But I understand the criticism. A lot of people do throw her way. So we talk about how other people that are in Trump's orbit are kind of get feeding intel a little bit. Tommy Tuberville is close to Trump. And he says he'll ask you about people meeting probably other senators. And that's he's considering. And he said, "Oh, I can tell you if you're if you're hearing any names is not going to be it's not good it's not going to be them as all propaganda that could be to throw off the media. But either way, what is true is that the short list might not end up being true. It might not end up being the case. Whatever names you hear, they may not be selected. Might somebody that comes completely out of left field, even on this odds tracker, maybe they're not high on it. We talk about the people that are considered by the favorites. Tulsi Gabbard in second place, but you go down the list and you load all these people. You see people like sorry, the motorcycle, like Lee Zeldin, who could be a dark horse. You see other people here as well. I don't think it's going to be a lot of. I don't think it's going to be a lot of names on this list. Marsha Blackburn, for example, could be Marsha Blackburn, maybe we'll see. I don't know if Trump is going to select a woman. A lot of people said early on he would only consider women, consider women, but apparently he's not just considering women. I like him to consider the best person for the job overall, and also advisors to Trump or former advisors like Kellyanne Conway are saying, unlike the Democrats who are stuck with a widely popular president, MVP, because that's true. Kamala Harris is a disaster. Trump has an embarrassment of riches and in terms of who he can choose to so so Trump is somebody who has a problem with abundance because he has a lot of people that could be decent options, or at least people that will be seeing it as a hell of a lot better than the disaster at Kamala Harris. And maybe finding that contrast. That contrasts me and is something that he needs to consider. There's a lot of things he would be that could really go into play. Who knows what he's exactly going to could going to do? Could he choose J.D. Vance? It's possible, but at the end of the day, he's doing to have a decide to it's going to have to decide what helps him electorally, because the VP pick, does it help you usually, but maybe here and there I think is in this case I don't think it's going to help Trump a ridiculous amount based off of who he decides to select. But at the end of the day, if he picks somebody that might be the wrong choice, that's not something he wants to do. So he's going to have he's going to have to weigh quite a few of the cons and see exactly what happens. And there's there's that. So that's the update. He's getting closer. He's going to parentize mode. He's going parentize mode. He's doing what he does best, and we will see who he ends up selecting to be his running mate. And this list is changing, and this list is changing constantly. We are going to see what happens. I'd like for you guys to comment down below who you would like it to be. Who would you like it to be, and B, who you believe that would be at the end of the day. So anyways, guys, hope you all. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, and also comment down below. subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button for hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Try Maga 2024 out.